So, hey everybody, it's Sunday. It's your girl Jen, and it's Sexy Sunday. um, I know I haven't put up a video in a very long time. I had really all but given up, and well, I'd gotten some private messages saying, where's your videos? Why haven't you put up any more videos? And I thought about it, and this is really what I want to do. So sorry there was such a long pause there. Um, cross my heart, it won't happen again. But, anyways, today on Sexy Sunday, we're going to take a look at what makes a person beautiful, what makes anybody beautiful. And you see my mess in the background. This is the room I work in, I create in, I work from home in, everything. So excuse it. Anyways, we all have a different point of view on what is beautiful. And ever since I was a little girl, and probably most of you have been told that beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And I think that is very true. If you take, for instance, my little ones, one of them thinks that the color pink is the most beautiful color she ever looked at, and the other one prefers purple. You know, now granted, they're only 5 and 8, yet they know what they find beautiful. And I think that is one of the most amazing, wonderful things about nature. It's the diversity. And diversity is just, there's not much I can say about it. It's just awesome. I mean, we're all different. We're all like crayons in a box. We're all of us completely different, come from different families, different history, different culture, different backgrounds. And I'm going to talk to you about beauty from my perspective. It's my opinion, with a little bit of research added in. But don't come for me. This is my opinion, and some of you may like it, some of you may not. Whatever. But anyways, with all that said, it brings me to the things that I feel makes anyone beautiful as a person, and that is acceptance. People, like I said, are all different, and we're from many different cultures and different backgrounds, and we should all celebrate our differences and accept we are different, and not try to change anyone's culture or history. And when you can look at me and say, I accept you for you, even though you are different from me, and that's okay, then to me, you are beautiful. And far too often today, people want to change another's beliefs. And if you look around the world today, they want to erase people's heritage. And to me, that makes me want to run away. And that is not either beautiful or sexy. And we're all different shapes and sizes, and depending on what part of the world you're from, we have different cultures, and we should take time to celebrate and embrace each other's differences. And far too often in today's society, differences are exploited, and all that does is cause separation and chaos. And just because your history, your culture, or your background may be different from mine, it doesn't make it any better, doesn't make it any worse, just makes it different. And I don't know about you, but I like to learn about different people's culture and their history and where they're from and what makes them who they are. And I think it would be nice for people to learn about my history and my culture and where I come from. But in today's society, anymore, people want to erase my history and my culture, because I happen to be a Southern girl. And so in today's world, they want to erase the Southern heritage, uh, the Southern culture, but you know, it's history, and you have to learn from history, not erase it. You got to learn from your mistakes, not try to push them under the rug and pretend they didn't happen. But I think that makes anyone beautiful if you can accept a person for who they are and not try to change them. That makes you beautiful. So let's get to the first thing after that that I think is the most important thing to feeling and looking beautiful or sexy is what I like to call give a damn. Take the time to give a damn about yourself, about your appearance. And, you know, way too often you see people who must have gotten dressed in the dark. You know, according to what they're wearing, they must have gotten dressed in the dark. Did you brush your hair today? Or was it yesterday? Maybe last week? Oh, you don't remember the last time you brushed your hair. Y'all, take the time to at least make sure your hair is brushed, your clothes matches and is clean, and your face is washed. I mean, if you're just running down to the local gas station and then back home, why take the time to put on a full face of makeup? But you don't want the homeless guy on the corner looking at you and wondering why he has not saw you at the local shelter. And way too often, you can see someone in a Walmart in pajamas at 3 in the afternoon. Okay, I'll give you this. You can see all kinds of crazy shit at the Walmart. But unless you work third shift, there is no reason to still be in your pajamas in the afternoon. Oh, and I got this one thing, y'all. This is my pet peeve. I think that blue jean shorts and cowboy boots, they look awesome together. But if you're wearing basketball shorts, go for the tennis shoes. Trust me, wearing basketball shorts and any kind of boots, it just looks strange. It just looks strange. And when I say that it's strange, you can trust that because I have worn a lot of strange outfits in my time, but nothing that ever compared to looking that bad. And you know, y'all always want to try to look your best because that's when you feel your best. And feeling good makes you smile. And the more you smile, that makes people feel warmer towards you. And a smile is always beautiful. You know, I know some people who make friends easily, and then I know people who don't make friends very easy at all and don't trust anyone. But whether you trust someone or whether you don't, they'll never have to know because a smile can go a long way. And take the time to take care of yourself. I mean, take vitamins if you need to. Go for a walk. Take in the fresh air in nature. Take the time to decompress and empty your mind. Go for a walk and take in all the fresh air in nature. I mean, you need to take the time to empty your mind so that you don't have a scowl or a hard look on your face because that makes a person unapproachable and it just takes away from your beauty. I mean, especially if you have a lot on your mind or a lot of worries. Take the time to handle that within yourself instead of taking it out on others. And y'all, I'm just as guilty as anyone else on this, but if taking a nice long bubble bath helps you unwind, we'll do that. Sit in the dark with a glass of wine or get in the bubble bath with a glass of wine, a bottle of champagne, whatever, you know. Sit on the back porch that's in the dark or in the sunset, or sit on your back porch and have a beer. If that makes you unwind, then do that. Turn on your music, whatever helps you. And whatever takes out your frustrations and helps you relax, that's always going to be beautiful because that keeps you from taking your frustrations out on others. And taking your frustrations and anxiety out on others, well, y'all, that is never a beautiful picture. And nowadays, people are just way too self absorbed for the most part. But if you take the time to take care of yourself in that way, then you put a better face forward for the world to see, and that makes you more beautiful. And be nice, be polite, and again, try to always smile. And I don't live in a fairy tale world. I know sometimes it's very hard to be nice. Hell, I know I am naturally mean natured. But as I get older, I try to curb that, because as you get older, you know, you start thinking differently. And my looks are starting to fade. They will fade. And I don't have the luxury of being mean to people or being terrible and them ignoring it just because I have a pretty face. And y'all, I will be the first to tell you that I want to fight getting old all the way. I don't have the money for Botox. I don't have the money for a facelift. I don't have the money for anything like that. But I'm going to do whatever it takes to fight that aging thing because, and let's face it, everybody's going to get there. Everybody's going to be there. Maybe I'll make my next video on how to fight aging or something, but I've started doing some yoga. I've started meditating, and that seems to help. But do whatever it takes because nothing good comes from telling that cashier off that shortchanged you. And there's nothing to gain at yelling at that person who jumped in front of you at the grocery store. Or let me tell you one on myself. I'll tell you a good one on myself. There's nothing to gain from hanging out the window of your car yelling at that person that ran the stop sign and almost hit you. And I have actually done this. This guy came off a hill. I had kids in the car. My babies was in the car, and this guy comes off the hill, never looked, just comes straight through the stop sign and just this close to hitting me. So I was hanging out the car window, y'all, cursing at this guy. But there's nothing really to gain from that. He just kept going. He didn't bother with me. So the best thing to do is to just flip him off and go on. You know what I mean? And it's not all about doing up your hair and having a lot of money to spend on clothes and makeup. It's really about the face you show the world. And if you're always clean and neat and treat people with respect and dignity and just try to live the best life you can and let others live their lives, live and let live, because if you treat someone with respect, chances are they're going to treat you with respect. And I don't mean to take no shit from nobody. Don't take no shit from nobody, but try to treat everybody with respect and go by that golden rule: do unto others as you would have do unto you. And when you do that and you are nice and polite and you have a smile on your face, well, that automatically makes you look beautiful. Even if you are like one of those little mousy people who are quiet and never put on any makeup, the kind. Even if you're that and you just put a smile on your face and it changes everything, and you're nice to people and polite to people, no matter how beautiful you are on the outside, if you have no inner beauty, then to me you're ugly. You might have all the money in the world to make yourself look good. You have the hair, the makeup, the clothes, the nice cars, all the money you need, and when you are shallow and you don't give to others, or you don't treat people with dignity and respect, well, then you're not beautiful at all. It doesn't matter how much money you spend, right? So, do the right thing. And if you always put your best foot forward, you always look nice, and you do the best you can, you'll always shine. And that always makes you beautiful. And of course, if you do have lots of money and you can fight aging, and you might be able to be beautiful longer, but gravity always takes a hold. But Most of us ain't Dolly Parton rich, so we can't afford facelifts and boob jobs and butt tucks, and so gravity's gonna get the best of us. Trust me. And we all want that special someone in our lives. We want that significant other. We want that person who is going to be by our side no matter what. It's got our back, and we all want to look beautiful for them. And over time, especially if you are married or you have been with your significant other for a number of years, you have a tendency to take each other for granted. And make sure you get dressed up for your significant other. Remind them why they fell in love with you, why they find you beautiful. Because if all they see you in is baggy t-shirts and sweatpants, then girl, they gonna look at that pretty woman walking down the street, in her high heels and her hair done. Okay, that's just nature. If you show the person that you love that you are still taking the time to look good for them at home, they ain't gonna look elsewhere. Okay, that's just the way it is. And on the subject of taking your significant other for granted, and we all do it. I've been just as guilty as the next person. Your significant other wants to hear from you that you find them attractive, you find them appealing, you want them. I mean, take the time to tell your significant other, "Ooh, baby, you're hot," and lay a big lip lock on them. Meet them at the door when they come home from work. I mean, all those little things are what we stop doing after you've been married for a while or you've been with that person for a while. And those little things is what holds a couple together. Because if you can remember that you love this person and you cherish this person and this person is good to you, then when the hard times come, they're easier to overcome. And if you're giving your significant other all the love they need, all of the encouragement they need, then they're not going to look anywhere else for it. And if they do, then there's something wrong with them. You need to kick them to the curb. But, there are some people who just cannot be faithful and no matter what. So those are the kind of people you just want to avoid. Okay? But they need to be told, your significant other needs to be told, "Hey, you looking good today." And men like that too. It ain't just women. It's men who like that too. And in today's society, in today's world, it is so much easier to just say, "I'm done, I'm leaving," when nobody wants to fight for anything anymore. You know, if you made that promise to be with this person forever, then make an effort to do it. I mean, I know there are some circumstances that some people are, irretrievably broken, and some people just are toxic together and that sort of thing. But I think today people just give up on being married and being together and being in love. They give it up too easy because the world makes it easy. Just move on to the next important thing, the next adventure. But I think it takes some strength and some courage to stay with the same person over a number of years, and showing each other that you love each other. That's a big one. Make sure you take the time to let them know you love them. Get cleaned up for them. Plan a special date night. Go play basketball together. Go take a trip, take a vacation if you can afford it. I mean, do all those things that you did when you were dating, and remind each other why that you fell in love with each